Why would someone spend years building a massive ark before rain had even arrived? Think about that carefully. No flood, no visible danger, no evidence that disaster was coming, no proof that all the effort would be worth it. Yet Noah kept building, day after day, year after year. Why? At first glance, this story seems to be about a boat, a flood, an act of survival. But maybe the deeper lesson was never only about an ark. Maybe it was about preparation before proof. And that is where the story becomes uncomfortable. Because humans naturally prefer certainty. People want guarantees before commitment, evidence before action, results before effort. They want to know exactly how everything will work before they begin. But Noah moved before visible proof appeared. Think about how unusual that is. Most people act after they see evidence. Noah acted before. Most people prepare after danger becomes obvious. Noah prepared before anyone else could see it. And maybe that is why this story continues to challenge people thousands of years later. Because it confronts one of humanity's greatest struggles. The struggle with uncertainty. Think about modern life. People hesitate constantly, waiting for the perfect moment, waiting for complete clarity, waiting until every question is answered, waiting until every risk disappears. But what if some of life's most important decisions require action before certainty? What if waiting for perfect evidence causes people to miss important opportunities? That possibility makes many people uncomfortable, because uncertainty feels dangerous. Humans naturally prefer control, predictability, stability. Yet some of the most important moments in life arrive without those things. Now think about Noah's situation. People around him likely thought he was wasting his time. Imagine watching someone build a massive ark year after year while no flood appeared. Questions would arise. Doubts would spread. Criticism would follow. People would ask, "What are you doing? Why are you building this? Don't you realize how foolish this looks?" And maybe that still happens today. Whenever someone sees a future others cannot yet see, criticism often follows. People mock unfamiliar vision. They question unusual decisions. They doubt plans that do not make immediate sense. Because humans tend to believe what they can see right now, not what might happen later. And perhaps that is another hidden lesson in the story. Vision often appears irrational before results become visible. Think about inventors, entrepreneurs, leaders, artists, builders. Many of the people who eventually achieved remarkable things were doubted in the beginning, not because their vision lacked value, but because the outcome had not yet appeared. People judged the process before seeing the results. And maybe Noah experienced the same thing. Now think carefully about the ark itself. The ark was not built for comfort. It was built for protection. That distinction matters, because protection often feels unnecessary during peaceful seasons. When life feels stable, preparation seems excessive. When problems are distant, preparation feels optional. When the sky is clear, few people think about storms. But storms eventually arrive, and suddenly preparation becomes valuable. Think about how often this pattern repeats in life. People ignore their health until problems appear. They ignore relationships until conflict arrives. They ignore finances until pressure develops. They ignore personal growth until challenges expose weaknesses. And then they wish they had prepared sooner. Because preparation is easiest before the crisis begins, not during it. That is one reason the ark remains such a powerful symbol. It represents preparation during a season when preparation felt unnecessary. And that requires discipline, because preparation rarely provides immediate rewards. People celebrate results. They celebrate success. They celebrate visible achievements. But few people celebrate preparation. Few people applaud the years of unseen effort, the quiet work, the hidden sacrifice, the daily commitment that happens long before results appear. Yet that hidden work often determines future outcomes. And maybe that is one of the deepest truths hidden in this story. Invisible progress still matters. Think about that carefully. Just because progress is invisible does not mean it is absent. Just because results have not appeared does not mean growth is not happening. The ark did not appear overnight. It was built one piece at a time, one day at a time, one decision at a time. And perhaps meaningful growth still works the same way today. People want sudden transformation, instant success, immediate breakthroughs. But most lasting change happens gradually, quietly, almost invisibly, until one day the results become impossible to ignore. Now here is another detail many people overlook. The flood eventually arrived. Think about that carefully. What once appeared foolish suddenly appeared wise. What once seemed unnecessary suddenly became essential. What once looked irrational suddenly made perfect sense. And that still happens today. People often misunderstand preparation until they see the outcome. By then, the preparation phase is over. The results are visible. The wisdom becomes obvious. But wisdom usually looks obvious only after the fact. That is why preparation requires trust. Trust that today's effort matters even when tomorrow remains unclear. Trust that invisible progress still has value. Trust that consistency will eventually produce results. Now think about modern culture. Everything encourages immediate gratification, immediate success, immediate recognition, immediate rewards. People are taught to expect quick outcomes, fast growth, instant results. But meaningful preparation rarely works that way. Real growth takes time. Character takes time. Wisdom takes time. Mastery takes time. And because the process feels slow, many people quit too early. They stop building before the results arrive. They abandon the process before the purpose becomes clear. They give up because invisible progress feels like no progress. But invisible progress still matters. The foundation matters. The preparation matters. The unseen work matters. And maybe that is the lesson people need most today. Not every important thing produces immediate results. Not every valuable effort receives immediate recognition. Not every meaningful process creates instant rewards. Sometimes the most important work happens long before anyone else notices. And maybe that is exactly why the story of Noah continues to resonate. Because deep down, everyone faces moments of uncertainty. Everyone faces seasons where results remain invisible. Everyone faces situations where preparation feels difficult. The question is whether people will continue building anyway. Will they continue learning? Continue growing? Continue preparing? Continue moving forward? Even when evidence is limited? Even when results are delayed? Even when others do not understand? Because eventually the future arrives. And when it does, preparation suddenly becomes visible. So the real question is not, why did Noah build an ark before rain existed? The real question is, what preparation are you avoiding today because the results are not visible yet? What skill needs developing? What habit needs strengthening? What opportunity needs action? What future challenge requires preparation right now? Think about that carefully, because tomorrow's breakthrough is often built during today's unseen work. If this message challenged the way you think, subscribe to Grace Unseen for more hidden biblical truths, deeper meanings, and powerful lessons from Scripture that most people overlook. And before you leave, share your answer in the comments. What is one area of your life where you know you should be preparing, even though the results are not visible yet? Your answer may encourage someone else who is still building their ark.